Hello, okay, Commissioner Burt Green here, taking you through the greatest fantasy NFL league in the world. I'm kidding, it's full of trash. There's some real trash offs in this league, especially when they involve the Baltimore Ravens. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick video. I'm still very much under the weather. I managed to catch a cold from going to the game last week, which was a lot of fun. Cole Kmet doing the business was fun to watch with the Harlots coach next to me. It was a lot of fun. Wasn't enough in the end. Because, right, that's a good way to start off the recap of week 6. So, Baltimore, basically, we wasted some really good scores from Cole Kmet and Josh Allen, still lose by less than a point. Don't call it a comeback. The Harlots are back in the win column. They deserve the win. They were very good. And, yeah, they're a classy franchise with a classy coach. And it was a lot of fun on the Sunday. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Bears versus the Jaguars. I thought it was a lot of fun cheering on the Bears in a Jaguars jersey. It's, bamboozle some people, but hey, look, each to their own. The 49ers cruise to another victory, getting the highest score of the week, actually, which was pretty good, 122. Pretty nice. The Suns scrape past the Arizona Cardinal in a real trash off, but if they stay at 5-1, Gorillas and Kittle march on to another victory against Namath A, and the Legion stay on their great run of form, keeping the team with no Namath, the team with no Namath B, very much the B standing for bin, which is the bin that they are residing in, along with the other B, the Baltimore Ravens, also in the bin. A lot of B's there. A lot of B's. Yeah, we're very much the B side of this, aren't we? Namath B. Anyway, I can't be asked to do the ultimate team this week. All I will say is the Jets. Look, you can't just recreate the 2016 Packers, but put them in a Jets jersey in 2024. It's not going to work. Aaron Rodgers is like, hold my beer. It's just like, come on, what are you doing? Yeah, we'll see how the Devontae thing works out. I've traded him away. I was doing a little bit of a trade. Might work out, might not. You never know. I think that basically the trade was Bijan Robinson. I got Bijan Robinson, DK Metcalf, and Dak got Jonathan Taylor and Devontae Adams. I think that's a slight upgrade on wide receiver currently because, I mean, I know that Devontae's a stud, but we don't know how he's going to do at the Jets. We don't know how he fits into that offense, honestly. It's pretty crowded when it comes to good wide receivers at the Jets right now, so we'll see how much of that ball he gets. I think DK Metcalf is a stud. I like that. And Bijan Robinson, he's probably got more longevity in his legs than Taylor does currently, especially considering Taylor's out this week, just FYI. Which brings us on to the matchup this week. I am playing Baby Got Dak, and that trade has worked out pretty well for me, at least this week, temporarily, because obviously Jonathan Taylor is out. I did pick up Sermon out of spite, the backup for Jonathan Taylor. I will not be playing Sermon. I just wanted to make sure that Dak had no chance of picking him up because I'm just that kind of guy. I'm a real piece of crap. That's true. Anyway, Josh Stroud. I mean, he can be good, but he's against the Packers D. Packers D have been feasting. I think it's a particularly good matchup for a quarterback. I've got Hubbard and Robinson. I like both their matchups. But Robinson's come into his own. I've got DK Metcalf and Jaden Reed. That's a pretty good pairing at wide receiver, honestly. Dalton Kincaid is healthy. That's all I can ask for a wide receiver from a tight end, rather. I'm going to be playing Cole Kmet most weeks, I would think, because although he's on a bye this week, so I had to put him in. Yeah, Chubb, he's on physically unable to perform, so that's a bold strategy. Mattison, look, Jefferson and Smith, they're always good for some numbers. I mean, Jefferson, yes, but I feel like most of your really good wide receivers have been traded away this week, honestly. Devontae Adams remains to be seen how he fits straight into the Jets lineup. Bowers is elite. I'll give you that. Tucker, elite. Not playing a defense. If you don't put a full active lineup in, as I've mentioned previously, for each slot that you don't fill, that's what she said, that is a 10-point deduction, and I will be enforcing it. I've said it before. You can't just not fill it. You got to set a full active lineup. So you're going to have to pick up a defense, really. I don't know who you drop off of all the brilliant stuff on your bench. I mean, how do you drop Mark Andrews? I mean, he's so good. How do you drop Etienne or Waddle or Olave or Dowdle? They're all such integral parts of their respective teams. uh, that being said, even with a 10-point deduction, on the form that I'm on, Baby Got Dak is probably going to win that one. He'll find some way to do it. Baby Got Dak, you got the win. You got the win, buddy. Congratulations to you, sir. Oh, God, I can't stop my nose from running. God, I was so ill this week. Arizona Cardinal versus the Harlots. It was really funny. The first thing that the Cardinal coach said on Friday morning was, 20 points for your defense. Fuck you. Do some spin. Oh, it's pretty nice. Yeah, but that's a really nice score from your D there. The Broncos, where did they come from? The Broncos, they're either terrible or great. I can't figure it out. I really can't. They might be great, you know. You got Darnold, Algier, A-Chain, Diggs, Godwin. Godwin's elite, and Diggs, Kraft, Downs. But you've got to look at the strength of. I think the Harlots have been unlucky this year not to pick up more wins. You know, Mixon back. Having Mixon back is huge for the Harlots. Baker Mayfield's got. No, I'm not sure about that matchup against Baltimore, but it's better than playing Dak. I wouldn't trust Dak either after that 3 points from last week. Do you trust Dak? Calling all Cowboys fans, do you trust Dak Prescott at this point? I don't. Mike Evans, elite. Johnson looking very good as long as Johnson is Dalton dependent. He's a DD. That's what I like to call Johnson. Any Carolina, either the running back or the Chuba Hubbard, or any of their receivers, they're what I like to call DDs. They are Dalton dependents. In that, if Dalton is the quarterback, play them all day. If it's Bryce Young, avoid. That's I don't think too many people can argue with that advice. I mean, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. That being said, Kieran Williams is there. Kieran, McLaughlin, McLaughlin. Look, I'd love to see the Arizona Cardinal come back from that 20-point gauntlet that's been thrown down by that Denver D. But I think the Harlots, they've got too many other good positions, and bless them, the Cardinal, Arizona, they've been ravaged by injury. Jerome Ford's out. I wouldn't trust IU. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Harlots win. The Harlots probably won't lose another game for the rest of the season. He's going to hate me for saying that. If Harlots get all their players back, they get all their pieces back, they're probably not losing again for the rest of the season. Then we move on to team with no name with A taking on the Forbesy Niners, who are just rolling at the moment. Lamar Jackson versus Hurts. I think that Hurts is probably the better matchup in that against New York Giants. Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs. I don't think either of them are as good as Derrick Henry or Aaron Jones. You've got Zay Flowers, Tank Dell. Neither of them are as good as Cooper Kupp or Williams. Kelsey versus McBride. McBride's probably been on better form this season. Cook, James Cook, he's good. He's probably as good as Montgomery. Boswell's elite. That's good for 20 points right there. Bills D, very good. Eagles D, again, against the Giants, they've got a nice matchup. And El McPherson is as the kicker. You've got to believe that the Forbesy Niners keep rolling. The Forbesy Niners roll on to another victory there. Then the team with no name with B taking on the coach's sons. The Saints defense have already put up a lovely 2 points for the team with no name with B, leaving the door open for the brand new logoed Suns. I've got to say, that logo is something else. Absolutely wonderful. I love an intricate logo, and honestly, coach's sons, you've captured my heart with that logo. You've warmed my cold dead heart with that lovely whimsical logo. Is it Josh Daniels? Anyway, Daniels, the quarterback, Washington, on a roll. He's better than Murray. He's going to put more points than Murray. Connor, Bigsby, as good as Walker and Trace. Yeah, Tracy's really cemented themselves as the RB1 at the Giants, just as I picked up Singletary. AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, that's a really good pairing. Really good pairing, actually. Yeah, but Jamar Chase and Addison. Jamar Chase is number 1 on the year, isn't he? That's a tough one. This is really the battle of the wide receivers. Laporta, probably the better last year than Ingram. Who knows this year? Robinson, Higgins, so much of a muchness. Butker, Giants D. I think the Giants D will probably put more than 2. I think that the Suns probably get this one just because, whilst it's close, I think they do have the better wide receivers and they probably have the better running back as well. I think that Daniels is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting if the team with no name is beer to get into that one. So I'm going to go with a coach's Suns win there. And then you've got the Legion of coup. I think you've got to call him now the Legion of coup because, man, he was a real coup. Alvin Kamara's let you down in the loss. That's 2.4. That's not good for Kamara, someone who has been. I don't know if he went off injured, but maybe his back was hurt from carrying the Legion all season. Good Lord. That's really left the door open for the Gorillas. Pat Mahomes, he's good. Got Tony Pollard, Gibbs, Drake London. Pickens is really coming to his own. Kittle is probably the best wide receiver. Tight end in the league right now. Kareem Hunt was looking really good because he's the number 1 back in Kansas City at the moment. Breece Hall, so tough matchup against Pittsburgh. Sorry, this is on the Legion. Joe Burrow's been looking good. Malik Nabas, I like that. He is a very prolific wide receiver. And but I think Koo's got a lot of heavy kicking to do to get himself into that matchup. I think the Dennis Trey Gorillas take that one. And that is all I've got time for this week. If I've picked you to win, prove me right. If I picked you to lose, prove me wrong. And I'll see you next week.